Hi, how y'all doing? Today is December the 2nd, 2024. Here in Ontario, Canada, it's cloud covered again, right? Um, the date's interesting. December 2nd, 2024. That's a lot of twos. One, two, 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 four, right? Major portal. Twos. If you watched my videos, you know that I was notified that my mother was going down to the hospital, right? She had a massive heart attack and it was 222, right? Yeah. Um, I didn't make a video yesterday. Why? Because the power was out until 9:30 in the rise. Oh, it was out all night, right? Went out around 9 at night. I got up at 5:30 in the rise. I couldn't sleep anymore. It was very boring, right? But I started my rug hooking again. Gave me something to do, right? I'm glad it brought my creativity back. I haven't done it for since last year, right? I just in that kind of mood all the time when it comes to doing stuff, but it's meant to be, all right? So yeah, the Schuman was at 10 yesterday. Today it's at 12. Yeah, my hair is always leaving a shadow on me. And I checked the weather apps in the rise today, and they were both different. One was like -14 and the other one was -9. So I was like, okay, which one's right, right? Um, I got snowed in, but I paid 2 people to dig me out Friday or Saturday and Sunday, right? I was like, oh, I don't know, we got 4 feet of snow, something like that, right? 3 feet, 3 to 4 feet, I'd say. It's very pretty. It's very white out, but it's a pain in the butt, right? When you want to do something or you have a vehicle and you got to, clean out your space. And I just didn't have the energy. I was cleaning it off the best I could, shoveling my front step, but my left leg kept on getting weak on me, right? And it causes major icky sensations. So I was like, okay, I got to find another way to do this, right? And lucky for me, one of my neighbors was outside shoveling the sidewalk, and I yelled out at him and his wife and asked them if I give them money, if they'd shovel my truck out. And they said, yeah, sure. So I'm grateful for that, right? But the back of my truck is still full of snow. So poor truck, right? They don't have a cover. So yeah, on the box. Um, I noticed something too last night. It was supposed to be a clear sky, right? So I looked out my window. Not nothing, not a star to be found. I looked at the camera at the airport, right? Because you can usually see it's recorded. You can see them because it's out in the country more. Not it was pitch dark, right? And I was like, okay, that's interesting. For a clear night, no stars. I understand the no moon. We're in that phase, right? Well, I guess the new moon's gone now. Would be into the next phase, the waxing crescent, which is fine tune. Right? So it's refined, but you know how I feel about RE. So fine tune. Yeah. I was watching or not watching, but I seen a little short on the news there last week. And there was a cargo tanker, or whatever you call them, cargo ship stuck. It had grounded itself in the St. Lawrence Canal. I think that's what it's called, that goes into Montreal, right? And cargoes, or container ship, right? I showed you a picture. And I was like, that's interesting. I wonder if that's the same as the one in the Suez Canal, because they're all driven by AI, by robots. They're all automated, right? You don't even need a ship's captain. But yeah, I was thinking, human trafficking again, maybe, right? And it ran itself aground. It was programmed to do that, right? Because the white hats, have to save as many people as they can, right? And catch the bad guys and their evidence. And then just 2 days after, we get a major snowstorm in Canada, right? We know weather's manipulated, it's manufactured, right? My screen keeps on flipping. Every time I'm talking, it goes light dark, light dark. Oh, it stopped. Oh, it did it again. And yeah, I was thinking that sure shut everything down. The highway hasn't been plowed for a day or two, so there's no traveling to the nearer towns unless you do the back road. And if you're from the country, you know how to do that, right? Or you have a snowmobile. And my daughter, she lives in the next town over. She's been snowed in for 2 days. They can't get out of their house, right? And her house, the drive or the road backs off of the highway. So they can't get out until they clean up the highway, right? I think that it's they're cleaning shit up. The human trafficking, that is, right? Wherever they were going, either north or south, because that's the direction the highway runs, right? According to, as we've been told, what's north and south, you know? So I was thinking about that last night. Some said, you know, this is what's going on. The hydro went out both nights in a row at around 9 o'clock, right? That's just, there's no coincidences. It's a synchronicity. So the hydro being out stops communication because the internet goes down. Something else I found very suspicious is the water was still working when there was no hydro. And as soon as the hydro came back on, the internet was back. And usually it takes a while before the internet kicks back on after the hydro. Right? My detective skills are working here, you know? I thought that's interesting. Just more proof for me, you know? But yeah, when it gets this much snow here, it's pretty hard to get around. This happened 28 years ago. I was thinking about it last night. When was the last time we got this much snow? And I remembered I was pregnant with my youngest son. I was 34. I had just moved back into town. And I had to find a store to get something for my children to eat. And you couldn't. The main street wasn't even plowed. There was like 3 feet, 3.5, 4 feet of snow. Right? There are no coincidences, you know. And so I had to put my coat on, my rigging on, and go there and get them whatever I could. It was how long? It wasn't that long, but it felt that long, right? Going through all that snow. Nobody was plowing, nothing. You just had to go through. I had to go through the deep snow, right? But you gotta do what you gotta do to look after the people you love. So yeah, everybody's really quiet neighborhood. The kids were out yesterday though, because the sun came out and everybody was cleaning out their vehicles, right? And the kids had little shovels, and they were out there all day playing, yelling, making noise. I thought, nice, right? It kind of brought the neighborhood together down here, right? People helping each other, you know? But that's what it takes, isn't it, sometimes? Get people out of their egos. If you want help, you gotta be nice, right? Yeah. Um, Anything else? I don't think so. I'm feeling pretty good today for the Schuman only being at 12. My leg's bothering me. My foot's tight. I got icky sensations in my spine, but I'm getting used to it. It's not severe, right? So yeah. Other than that, no. I'm not remembering my dreams for the last couple of nights either. So it makes it a little bit more peaceful to sleep. No critters or creatures out there, no birds. So they're all hunkered down too. It's awfully gray above, though, right? It's a mothership, I'm sure it is. That's why there was no stars last night. And Gina did a video yesterday. I watched a little bit of her video. I don't believe. I don't get. I don't. I don't agree with everything she thinks, right, or says, but she has some information I find interesting. And it was spaceships going into Nibiru, right? These white lines, right? And I believe they're spaceships too, right? UFOs, whatever you want to call them. USOs, unidentified submersible objects, right? And because of that red, she was videoing Nibiru, right? Planet X, another name. And that's where the ships are going. They were either coming or going, right? And I think Rod Hayes says that that's the Anunnaki and they're coming to pick up their people. All right? So if you notice less people in your neighborhood, you know why. One of the reasons, anyways. The other reason is because of the job thingy. All right? But I've been watching travel adventure YouTubers too, right? All around the realm. And they're going to all these they've been going to tourist attractions, tourist sites, right? Like in Indonesia, what's it called there? Or Cambodia. Oh, Angkor Wat, right? They've been going to places like that, right? And they're making excuses for why it's empty and there's no tourism, right? Do you know what I mean? I keep saying that. Oh well. Yeah. So that's not the only place either. And then I watched a short little video of the cube there that's in where the heck's it in again? Saudi Arabia? I can't remember. But you know what I mean, that they all go worship and they walk around it. Well, it got hit by a major storm, flooding, or high winds, like hurricane, all that, right? So I was like, right on. So yeah, there's different stuff. The government I'm not paying too much attention to because it's just satire for me, right? And I don't find it funny. I don't. I think it's stupid AF. Bunch of those people up there pretending they're in control when they've already been get mode, right? But my higher self says it is aliens in masks too, right? That are pretending that they're the government. The good guys, not the bad guys, right? The good aliens. So I thought that was interesting. All right. That's enough from me today. I got my chicken in the oven and I'm making dinner. So I gotta keep my eye on it. I love you all's consciousness. Enjoy this night or day. Okay? Okay. Bye.